Ricky, can you just walk me through that goal in the 89th minute, what you saw and how you found the back of the net?
Bueno, muy feliz. Creo que el equipo está haciendo el trabajo muy bien. Creo que estamos defendiendo muy bien y estamos teniendo oportunidades y estamos marcando goles. Y hoy creo que se nos escapan 2 puntos. Pero bueno, creo que el empate después de 2 partidos fuera de casa y conseguir 4 puntos son muy importantes.
I'm very happy the team is doing very well. I think the team's defending well, and we're having opportunities on goal and scoring them as well. So we let 2 points get past us today, but I think going home with 4 points out of these 2 games on the road are important.
And Ricky, the passion we saw from you after the win in New England and the emotion we see from you tonight, can you just describe how you're feeling in this group of guys and how you're already as fitting into the group, the Galaxy?
Bueno, yo he venido a los Galaxy a ganar títulos y no me gusta perder. Desde pequeño que no he aprendido nunca a saber perder. Me gusta mucho ganar y soy muy competitivo y por eso pues cada día voy a tope, intento ganar siempre todos los partidos e intentarlo hacer lo mejor posible.
I came to the Galaxy to win titles, and I don't like to lose. Since I was little, I've never liked to lose. I always like to win. I'm a very competitive player, and every day I give my all, and I just want to give everything for this club.
Gracias y felicidades.
De nada.
We're now going to take a question from Josh Gesman.
Ricky, thanks for talking to us. Are you aware of the energy that you are bringing to this team on the field and maybe also in training?
Bueno, creo que el equipo, todos le damos mucha energía a este equipo. Como he dicho, yo he venido aquí a darlo todo. No voy a dejarme nada fuera de la cancha, lo voy a dejar todo dentro de la cancha. Creo que he venido a darlo todo, a demostrar quién soy y el jugador que soy, y la verdad que estoy muy contento. Me estoy adaptando muchísimo, el equipo me está ayudando muchísimo y creo que somos un equipo muy competitivo y que tenemos muchas ganas de ganar cosas.
I think the team is giving a lot of energy, every player on this team, and I'm here to give it my all, and I'm going to leave it all on the field. I'm here to show the player that I am, the person that I am, and I'm happy that I'm adapting well to this club, and I think we're a very competitive team that wants to win and give it all on the field.
Gracias, Ricky.
De nada.
Now we'll take one final one from Jonathan Sigel.
Hi, Ricky. When is the last time you scored a goal like that, and what's going through your head when that ball does hit the back of the net?
Bueno, como desde tan lejos creo que aún no había metido uno. Los del equipo siempre me dicen que no llego a portería, que no tengo fuerza, y la verdad que hoy pues ha sido un gol desde bastante lejos. Estoy muy contento. Creo que mi último gol desde fuera del área fue con el Barça B, y la verdad que dar gracias al equipo, al míster que me está dando mucha confianza, y sobre todo a mi familia que desde lejos pues me están ayudando mucho, mi novia y mis mejores amigos.
I don't think I've ever scored since that far away. I don't remember scoring one like that in the past, but it was a great goal, and thankful for my teammates. And I think my last goal from outside the box was probably with Barcelona B. But I'm thankful for the team and the coach who's giving me a lot of confidence, and my family back home who are supporting me, my girlfriend, my friends who are supporting me from afar. All right, guys, thank you. That's all we have with Ricky.
Thank you to all.
I got to think that this was a game that for a few minutes there was feeling a little bit like a loss, and after Ricky's shot, maybe it was feeling a little bit more like a win.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't feel like anything until the end. I guess it's for me. It's when we're in the game where.
Ducking any sense.
All right, can we unmute?
Yeah, I got it. We're good. So I was saying is it doesn't really feel like anything really till the end. It's obviously there's a stretch there where you're just trying to problem solve and you're trying to figure the best way to create some chances. We had an extraordinary amount of possession. We were moving them around. We were getting into final actions, but we weren't turning final actions into great chances as often as we would have liked. So when we give up the second goal, ridiculously, we shifted a little bit into 2 forwards, went to a 3-5-2, just tried to push some numbers forward and tried to turn some of those possessions into some attacks. And ultimately at the end of the day, Ricky made a hell of a play, and that became the difference. But for as much of the ball and as much good movement and ball circulation, I think we should have had a few more really good looks on the goal. We shouldn't have had to score two blinders. I think we should have scored some other goals that weren't necessarily world-class goals, but world-class team goals, because I thought we were playing fantastic through large stretches of the game, both with and without the ball.
Now we've got 2 starts from Ricky and 2 exquisite plays for goals. Just in what ways is he transforming you guys?
Yeah, again, it's his mobility, it's his ability to find spaces, find gaps, play on the move, pick up the ball, kind of glide into new areas, play off of people, get the ball back. It just keeps the tempo of the game kind of flowing all the time. Obviously, he's very smart about positioning himself, when to play in one touch, when to take more touches and he just has a unique ability just to slide through spaces and either eliminate guys or get the game into a new area so that we can move the ball, right? For us, we have a lot of our midfielders are, they guys who receive and play, and he kind of takes the game into a different level just with his dribbling. So I thought he was excellent. I thought Gaston was excellent. I thought it was the best performance he's had for us. I thought he really looked the part tonight and was excellent. And I thought we had a lot of control of the game, and there was some moments where I felt like we rushed the final attack when we could have probably driven our team into their half and maybe played for a little bit better final pass. But again, very happy with the performance. I wish we would have got out of here with 3, but 1, if we'd have said we were going to take 4 on the road in the Eastern Conference, we would have been pretty happy with that.
Well, thank you, Greg.
Yep.
Next we'll go to Nikki K.
Yeah, Greg, you spoke about the need for gritty performances coming down this final stretch, and you're coming home with those 4 points. I guess take me inside this locker room and inside your head about how you move forward and use this as another building block in your confidence.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's two really different games and 2 really different results performance-wise. Last game, it was a real just battle, physical confrontations, a lot of defending hard and hurting the opposition in the counterattack. Today we had a lot of the ball. We were able to move them around, show that other side of us, but being a little bit more killer in the final actions would help us. And look, down the stretch when you get in this playoff run, we can't make mistakes, and the penalty is a mistake. It's a challenge. It just shouldn't happen. It doesn't need to happen. Ra will know that. He knows better. But when these games are tight like this, and against 2 good teams and teams that who have guys who can make a difference, you can't give anything away. And today we did on the second one, but the determination, the togetherness that came out of this trip and the grouping, the next step of getting Gaston inserted into the team, getting Ricky into the team, those have been all positives for us on this trip, and we take it home, and now we defend our stadium and with our fans behind us. I thought the effort was great on this tour, and like I said, we got 2 very different results in 2 different ways, which you need to do down the stretch. You need to do when you're on the road. So we're going to try to take the performances and get 3 points on the weekend now.
And what did you get from Douglas Costa tonight?
Yeah, I also thought he had arguably his best game with us. Just consistent within the team. Both hard work on an attack. I thought he was very, very good on the defending side for us. Reliable. Good in possession. There's a couple of times, where he knows, and he mentioned it, he tried to force some final passes where maybe we could have gotten a little bit more out of the attack with a couple more passes, but I thought his movement, his technical ability, you see his qualities can really help our group, especially when we have the possession like we did tonight. But his quality helped us in possession, as did Gaston's game, as did Ricky's game, as did Vic. When you have those types of guys out there, then you want to have the ball, and tonight I felt like all of those guys had really nice nights. Again, I think the final third actions, we need to tighten those up as we keep moving forward.
Thanks, Coach. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Jonathan Siegel.
Hey, Greg. What was that like for you coming back to Toronto? And just what that all entailed, whether that's emotionally. Of course, travel has been hard for a while bit with COVID and such, but how's it just coming back to a place where you have so many memories?
Yeah, I was in a weird emotional place because so many people that you see, and there's so much love that goes around here, you know, with everybody that we spent so much time with and accomplished a lot of things together. So there's a lot of really good relationships. So that gives you that emotion. And then there's that competitor, like you come here, you want to win and you want to push your guys with the intensity, and you're trying to give that side of it, which is a completely different emotion. And so and being in the stadium again and all that. So it was a little bit of a strange emotional week for me. But again, the guys did a great job of pulling it together and doing what they need to do, which is focus on the game, and we kept them focused on the game. But for me, for sure, and I know for our staff and everything, there was obviously there's a lot that went on here, and a lot of people that we call friends, and it was good to see everybody. It was good to be in the stadium and play another game here. It's an excellent crowd. It's a wonderful place to play. So it was just a lot of emotions, really.
And just on a different note, there were some reports today of Julian being linked to Barcelona, of all places. What clarity, if any, can you offer on that front? Where might that stand?
Yeah, it doesn't stand anywhere to my knowledge. I don't know if those conversations are real or anyone's happening. But for me, Julian is here, and he'll be finishing the season with us, and we keep moving forward. So I haven't heard anything to the contrary.
Next, we'll go to John Molinaro.
Thanks. Hey, Greg. Good to see you again. It's your first sort of view up front of Lorenzo Insigne and Federico Bernardeschi. Just wanted to get your take on them. Do they come as advertised in your view?
Yeah, I mean, two very good players. You know, Insigne in the second half was right in front of me, so I had a good view of him and his ability to accelerate and get into the next line and again pick up the ball and change the speed of the game is impressive. And you know, he was able to do that and kind of eliminate some of our guys, but on the run also just, you know, play passes. You see his qualities, and so it's just, you know, those are very good players. Obviously, we were trying to do our best to keep him from cutting inside, getting on his right foot, looking at the goal, anything to keep him as neutral as possible. But again, he has just that ability to find space, pick up the ball, and then accelerate the game. And so that was it was great to see, just from a perspective of the fan. But I thought our guys did a pretty nice job of managing the situation and dealing with them. And Bernardeschi does similar types of things. I don't think he changes the tempo of the game quite as much, but he's a very good player, and we were trying to do our best to keep him off of his left foot and making sure we were getting inside support and trying to make them make plays on their off foot. And you know, for the most part, the guys did a nice job. But they're two very good players who are going to be impactful in the league, no doubt, and they're going to help this team, you know, as they continue to move forward.
Thanks, Greg. Great to see you again, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks, Sean. Likewise.
We got time for two more questions from two different people. We'll go next to Alex.
Hey, Greg. You mentioned earlier how this team just played really good soccer, you know, for the first 50 to 60 minutes. For you, how important is it to see what you're envisioning with this team at this late stage of the season and being able to go on a run to finish off the year and hopefully into the playoffs?
Yeah, it's, you know, it was nice to see some of those things in terms of ball movement, being able to play against a team that would like to put some pressure on you high. We found some good spots. We were able to play at the right tempo, get into the next lines. As I said, there was a lot of good things there. You know, when you have players like Ricky and you have Gaston and you have Victor and Efra and players like this, you want to have the ball and you want to be on, and even Douglas, you want to have the ball and you want to be able to to move the game around and make it tough for the opposition. You don't want to spend a lot of time. They're not grinding guys who want to spend a lot of time on the defensive side. So you want to have at least your fair share, if not more, of the ball. And so tonight I thought a lot of those things, at least in the build-up and moving into kind of the destabilization phase, a lot of that was very good. But we didn't do as well as I think we will as we get a little bit smoother maybe with some of these different personalities on the field together in creating the clear final actions that I thought might have been there for us with either a little more patience or just a little bit more, just an extra run or just a little bit different weight of a pass or things like that hopefully will keep growing as we move down the stretch. The other thing I would say is not every game looks like this. You know, some games look like the one the other day, and that was just a physical, in your face, highly competitive game, and we punished them in the transition and made them pay. And so you have to win games sometimes in different ways in this league, and tonight we got a draw and played one way with the ball so much, and the other night in a tough environment we didn't have the ball as much, but we still managed to play that way and get a win. And that's important down the stretch as you move towards the playoffs, so we'll see how, hopefully when we get home it'll look a little bit more like where we have the ball and we can punish the opposition a little bit better than we did tonight.
Thank you, Greg. Safe travels.
Thanks.
And last question will go to Josh.
Hey, Greg. Just real quickly, does this feel a little bit like before the international break? Some of the consistency across multiple games. Does it feel different?
Yeah, again, I mean, I agree with that statement. We didn't give up many chances tonight. Bondi didn't have to do a whole lot. You know, we did a good job of protecting our box and protecting our goal. And even though they have some really high quality players, we didn't give them many good looks at all. And so I thought the defending side of things was sound. I thought there was a lot of maturity in the way just the group played. We were a little unfortunate on the first goal. We got kind of a nick on the ball that I think maybe we took it away from a clearance. But by and large, over the course of the game, I thought it was a very mature, composed, controlled performance that, again, just lacked a little bit in that final third at times. And I thought the defending was solid. Everybody from front to back I felt like communicating, was creating clarity for each other and working through all phases of the game. And so, I felt like we were just really connected and working hard together in the last two games, everybody adding their part. And when we do that with the quality of players we have and the ideas that are on the field and what we're trying to do, we can be a very good team, no doubt. And so, again, the consistency is the key. The only thing I would take out of tonight was the challenge that turned into the penalty kick. Outside of that, everything else was, I thought, pretty good football in the grand scheme of things.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for your time, Greg.
We'll
start off with Nikki K. Go ahead, Nikki.
Victor, congratulations on the win. First of all, I just wanted to get your impression of what it's like to play alongside Ricky in this midfield and the energy he's bringing to this team.
Yeah, everyone know what is Ricky capable to do. He showed again once more that he's ready for everything. He played again amazing 90 minutes. So happy to play with him alongside and with Gaston also and with all the teammates actually, because when you have always footballers around you, you feel more comfortable, because we like to play football. I think it was an amazing first half. And then I think in the second half we didn't start well, but okay, at the end it's a good point because always in the road it's good to take whatever we can take, and we have to be happy with the 4 points out of 6 that we bring back to LA.
And I know I spoke with you before the match, but emotionally, how did it feel being out there today, back where you played so many games and also your 100th career MLS appearance?
Yeah, it was special, as I said before the game, to come back to Toronto after 4 years is always special. But I play as I always play. I don't care if I'm playing against Toronto or against another team. I try to do my best for the team, to play football, have fun on the field, and I think we did, and I did also. Then I'm proud for myself also, because 100 games is not easy. But at the end, it's like I said, it's a good point, and I'm always looking for the team, and nothing more, like nothing special. It's a good atmosphere. I love to play in Toronto, even today if it was in the other side. And I love this city, I love this club, and I will always have a space in my heart for Toronto.
Thank you and safe travels.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Scott French.
Hey, Victor. In this league, it can take some time to rebuild a team. You can't make all your moves all at once like you might be able to in other parts of the world. As this team has been evolving, as pieces are being added and so forth, what are you seeing? Is this team getting close to being what it is that you guys are looking to be? And in what ways do you think the recent additions, the ones over this summer, have changed what this club is about?
Yeah, what is good is that the club is looking always to bring the best players they can, and I think the two new additions. Okay, we have three, but Martin is not here yet. But the two new additions, Gaston and Ricky, they bring a lot of good things for the team, because we were struggling a bit on the midfield because we didn't have so much depth on the midfield, and when some guys they were injured, we were having hard time. And now with these two, I think we have a great midfielder and a good competition with each other even during the trainings. And like you said, I think it's not easy because it's only 7 games to go, only 7 games left. And what I think is the best for us is that we are trying to play football. And when you have guys like Gaston, like Ricky, myself, Douglas, Efrain, Sasha, Danny, all these kind of guys, we are a good footballers, and we understand each other like so fast. We just look around, where we are, trying always to find these kind of spaces to hurt the other team. Then we have the runners in front with Chicha, with Kevin, with Sam, all these guys that they also do an amazing work. We are there. I think we're still in the playoff. It's a good trip, 4 points, and now we have to take the 3 points at home against Kansas, and then it will be all worth it,
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you.
And our last question will go to Alex Ruiz.
Hi, Victor. The last couple of games in the second half, your opponents have made it interesting, cutting down the lead and kind of having some tense ends to the game. What does this team need to do just mentally and on the pitch to be able to finish out these games in a bit more calmer fashion, in your eyes?
Yeah, for me it's simple. I think just to play as we play the first half, try to keep the ball, try to manage the game, because we have these kind of players to manage the game. We saw it on the first half that we could score more goals, but at the end, when you don't kill the game, the other team also plays, and they have also great players like Lorenzo, like Federico, like Raúl when he came on the field and he scored the goal. At the end, if you don't kill the game and you don't keep playing as we play the first half, they have the quality, and we had to come back again. I think it's a big effort from the team again, and we have to be happy with the point, because at the end we scored this goal that it counts a lot for us, and we are still on the playoff. Otherwise, maybe we will sleep tonight on the 8th position or maybe in the 9th, and we have to be proud of the guys, because it was a hard trip playing first in Boston and now here. And yeah, just go back, keep the focus, keep building the same confidence we have, and take the 3 points, as I said, against Kansas City.
Thank you, Victor. Safe travels.
Thank you. Good night, guys.
Thanks for your time, Victor.